Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Thursday, wherever you are, and I hope that you're having a wonderful start to your day. And if it is much later in the day, as it may be in other places, well, we hope that you've had a lovely day so far. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. Thank you for choosing to be a part of this community. And of course, we appreciate your thoughts, so let us know how everything is going, how you're doing. Of course, even little things like how the weather is where you are. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Out here in the Bay, it was warm right now, continue to be warm. Days start off cold, gets warmer in the day, and we'll be hitting highs of about upper 70s to 80 degrees. So yeah, if you're in the Bay, you know you will need a sweater early on, but later on, probably those layers should be coming off. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And over the weekend, it'll be much cooler, and then warming up into next week. I think we'll be hitting triple digits in some places. So keep an eye out on those weather apps and see how you can plan around that. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Nature, as we continue to talk about the weather, nature is on our minds today, and we bring in this incredible book. Yes, it's called The Incredible Stars of the Plant World. Cannot wait to share this one. We're going to read excerpts from this one, of course, pull out some of the amazing stories in here, amazing plants that we wanted to look at, and we could look at all of them really, but because of time, we're going to pick a few and get to look at those together. And cannot wait to share this one. Incredible Stars of the Plant World. Cannot wait. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. It is indeed a beautiful book with lots of fun facts, and I think I love records, and this book just does that, takes us into a few records, who holds the record in what, who's doing what, and getting to know a little bit more about these amazing plants. And of course, hopefully that moves us to then try and participate as fully as possible in the conservation efforts that are happening with all those plants. Yes, thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And this book can be found at your local library or wherever else that you find books. It was published on February 20th. It is coming to us from the Chronicle Book Spring Catalog, which has given us so much, and there is so much more yet to explore. So do find this wonderful book at your local library indeed. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Yes, this is the first time that we are reading that one here on Storytime. Good morning to you, Kathy. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us out there in cool Ohio. Well, we're cool right now here in Oakland, but getting warmer later on for sure. Thank you so much for being here. Luna, good morning to you. How are you doing today? I hope that you had a lovely start to your day as well. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. Incredible Stars of the Plant World. Cannot wait to share those ones here with you. And remember too that on June 10th, we'll be having our guest Michelle Jing Chan will be here, and so with a brand new book. Cannot wait to share that one with you. So keep an eye out for that information coming your way. June 10th, we do have a guest here on Storytime, and other guests will be announced as well that will be coming in around June. Lots and lots to come here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here with us. Are you ready to learn a little bit more about these amazing plants that we have for you in this incredible book? Yes. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. Go and grab everything that you need. Go right now. Get that cool drink, that warm drink, whatever you need, that extra snack, so we can read and enjoy this story together. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more Storytime.
Hi, I'm Auntie Pam of the Homeschooling Kinfolks down here in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and you're tuned in to Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much for being here. Auntie Pam, how are you doing? Chad, how are you doing as well? And of course, Auntie Ann out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And whether you're joining us live or indeed later on for the recordings, thank you for being here. Please leave us a message if you can so we know you were here. This is Storytime. Welcome and get ready for an incredible read. This one is called Incredible Start of the Plant, Incredible Stars of the Plant World. Well, we're about to start for sure, but this is Incredible Stars of the Plant World. It is written and illustrated by Benjamin FLOUW, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, 12 Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yes, and 12 Books have brought us so many wonderful books as well through our connection with Chronicle Books. So this book, and it just has so many. It's a beauty to look at. I hope that you get it from your local library and get to enjoy having this one with you. And the texture as well. It has really good texture. So for those of you that may want something that is tactile, that feels good on your hands as well, this is that one. And there's an author's note here as well that I want to read really quickly before we go into the different plants. And it says, when we draw a tree, we often show a thick brown rectangle topped with a soft green cloud. I've always found that very unfair. We carefully distinguish rabbits and fish and pigeons, but the sequoia, the ginkgo, and the tree fern don't get the same treatment, unfortunately. Aside from triangular pine trees, all trees would be drawn the same way. As an illustrator, I am also guilty of not questioning whether a tree I've drawn into the landscape is an ash or an oak. With Incredible, I wanted to record this diversity of the plant world by showing its extremes, from the rarest plants to the ones cultivated by humans, from desert cacti to ocean algae, from the highest peak to the deepest roots. All the species represented in this book are record breakers in many ways. For size, longevity, strength, and even uniqueness. I've written and illustrated this book while dreaming that we will one day care as much about the extinction risk of the Chile's monkey puzzle tree as we do about the giant panda. Seeing how complex, surprising, and varied the plant world is will, I hope, give readers a chance to marvel at this form of life that's so different from the animal kingdom, but equally fascinating. And I must add to that too, equally important. So that is Benjamin FLOUW giving us their insight into some of the thinking behind writing this book. It is The Incredible Stars of the Plant World, written and illustrated by Benjamin FLOUW and being read with permission of the publishers, 12 Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Incredible Stars of the Plant World. Here we go. And there's a whole table of contents that you can look at. I know the page is a little bright for the camera, but I hope that you can see some of the things that are on there, and it is a lot of fascinating topics that we could look at. And to start off, I'm going to start us off with the coastal redwoods. Why not? Forest giants. Why not? Since we live, well, I live pretty close to them here. And yeah, where are you? What is close to you? But let's look at the coastal redwood, right? Let's go to page 12. And there are two like helpful words that you can learn ahead of time and just front load, look at those ones like pollination, range, sap, all those photosynthesis, genus, host and parasite plants, and so on that you could read about. So it makes more sense as you're diving into the book. So yeah, lots there. There's a good glossary to look at. But let's look at these forest giants. And we do have the redwood, coastal redwood right here. And if you know, in Oakland, we're really close to the redwoods, right? So we have the coastal redwoods, and then we'd also have the mountain ash. So let's read about them. Let's read about them, right? Forest giants. Tall trees have more access to sunlight, which helps them capture energy for photosynthesis. And as we know, photosynthesis is the process by which plants produce their food, right? Coastal redwood, Sequoia sempervirens. I hope I'm getting the scientific name right. Coastal redwood. Let's stick to that. Sequoias are part of a group of non-flowering plants called conifers, which are gymnosperms. These trees produce cones instead of fruits, and the scales of these cones contain seeds. The range of these conifers is limited to a narrow 450-mile or 725-kilometer strip of land in the western United States along the Pacific Ocean. Sequoias can grow more than 3 feet, 1 meter each year. Wow. A redwood named Hyperion is officially the tallest living tree in the world, measuring 380 feet or 115 meters high. It is part of California's Redwood National Forest. And the leaves are flat and needle-like and arranged alternately on the central stalk. And that's about that. Incredible. The exact location of Hyperion was once a secret, but that is no longer the case. To protect this tree and its habitat from damage, there is now a penalty for those who try to visit it. Yeah. Tallest coastal redwood. It's called Hyperion. Did you know that? Or have you been? Well, we can't go, but have you been in the vicinity? As close as you can get. Where it's allowed. Yeah, fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, thinking 115 meters high. That is pretty high. How about mountain ash? Let's read about that one. Eucalyptus regnans. I feel like that scientific name is a lot easier to read. All right. While conifers may be the tallest trees in the world, the title of the world's tallest flowering plant, or angiosperm, belongs to the mountain ash, a type of eucalyptus tree. Mountain ashes are native to southern Australia and Tasmania. The largest living mountain ash, Centurion, was discovered in 2008. It's over 330 feet or 100 meters tall. In the fall, this eucalyptus bears clusters of little white flowers. Its trunk is brown and rough at the bottom. Further up, it becomes gray and smooth. What makes it even more incredible? Well, mountain ash forests are said to be capable of absorbing more carbon dioxide than any other type of forest on the planet. How about that? And I do apologize if the images are not coming out as clearly today. My internet seems to be struggling. So the images, the resolution might not be the best right now, but I hope that the video later on, the videos clear up, since they are being locally recorded as well. So Yeah. Forest giants. Let's look at others. Who else do we have? Well, I wanted us to look at there's one category called out of this world. Out of this world, page 36. Let's see what we have on this one. And I wanted you to see those as well. Page 36. Here we go. Out of this world. So many wonderful out of this world, out of this world. Page 36. Almost there. I tried to put bookmarks, but they kept falling out. All right. Out of this world, we have jackal food. Yeah. It says out of this world, some species of plants really look like they belong in a science fiction movie. And it is so true. Let us look at the jackal food. Hynora africana. Not only does this plant have an interesting name, but it may also be one of the most unusual looking plants on Earth. Many animals, including jackals, eat the fruit, which smells like rotting meat. Oh, nasty. Found in parts of Africa, this plant consists of root-like structures called rhizophores that absorb nutrients from other plants, and a flower that bursts through the surface. Whoa. Wow. Even more incredible, well, when an insect enters the flower to suck up the nectar, it remains trapped there for several days, collecting pollen, and then is able to come out only when the flower wilts. Wow. Yeah, so that is the jackal food. Have you heard of it? Have you come across it? Is there anything else that you know about it? And there's others on there too, but we won't get into that right now. I'll take you now to page 26, where we can look at another fascinating plant. But yeah, that's about jackal food. And if you have any other information about it, please feel free to share, or anything else that you would like to know, let us know. Well, let's look at enormous fruits and seeds. Enormous fruits and seeds. Plants in tropical climates sometimes produce fruits of unbelievable sizes. Let's start with the sea coconut. Sea coconut, Lloydicia moldivia. Those scientific names, please bear with me. Seychelles may be the smallest country in Africa, but it is home to the palm tree that produces the biggest seed in the world. Once common throughout many islands in Seychelles, only about 8,000 mature trees now inhabit just 2 islands. This plant is considered an endangered species. Because of its distinctive shape, the fruit of this tree is called a double coconut. There are 1 to 4 seeds in each fruit, which takes several years to ripen. Even more incredible, well, the fruit of the coconut can weigh almost 100 pounds, 45 kilograms, and just 1 seed can be as heavy as a child, about 55 pounds or 25 kilograms. Can you imagine that? Yeah, the fruit of the sea coconut can weigh almost 100 pounds, 45 kilograms, and just 1 seed can be as heavy as a child, about 55 pounds, 25 kgs. Oh, that is a huge seed. Yeah, sea coconut. And you can read up more about it. And if you have more information, please feel free to share as well. Let's skip on over and see some of these huge trunks that we have. And this one is called a trunk bigger than a house. With enough space and time to grow, the trunks of some trees can reach staggering sizes. And let's start with one that I feel like I know pretty well, the baobab, Adonosia Oh, yeah, I hope I'm getting the scientific name right. I know baobab for sure. Nicknamed bottle trees for their shape, these trees with mammoth trunks grow in Africa and Australia. Scientists have determined that they may be able to live up to 3,000 years. Yeah. The spongy tissue inside the trunk of the African baobab allows it to store up to 31,700 gallons of water, or that could be 120,000 liters. Can you imagine that? In Africa, the baobab is known as the tree of life. It has long been used as a palaver tree, a communal place where people gather, trade, tell stories, and settle conflicts. A thirsty elephant might tear off the bark and chew the sapwood of the tree to extract water from the trunk. Incredible. The largest baobab tree in the world is the Sagole baobab, with an extremely large base that covers more than 650 square feet or 60 square meters, the size of a small apartment. It is estimated to be more than 800 years old. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. The tree of life. Have you seen a baobab before? I hope that one day you get to travel and can get to see all these amazing plants that are out there in the world. One more category, and then we will hop on along and say goodbye. But let's look at the ones, the fast growers. Page 34. Let's look at some fast growers. What makes them special? What makes them unique? Here we go. Page 34. Fast growers. All right. There we go. And I can see too, I think the internet is doing much better. So hopefully the images are much clearer as well. Fast growers. Flowering plants bloom at different rates for different reasons. While some plants need time to reproduce, others race to escape predators or to be the first to take advantage of the sun. So let's look at the bamboo. Why not? Various groups in the Bambusae tribe of the grass family. Bambusae are Bambusae. I hope I'm saying that name correctly, and I did try to look these names up. Bambusae are tropical woody bamboos that can be found in many regions around the globe, and they grow at a fast rate. The giant bamboo, also known as Dentrolium calamus gigantus, is one of the tallest bamboo species in the world. It can be about 100 feet or 30 meters tall. Bamboo is well known for being the main food for the giant panda, but it is also eaten by red pandas in temperate Himalayan forests, mountain gorillas in Africa, and some lemurs in Madagascar. Bamboo leaves are high in fiber and protein. Yeah. What else is there that we could share? Well, let's read about the sensitive plant. Why not? Mimosa pudica. That one was easier. Thank you. This creeping plant is found in tropical regions all over the world. Its leaves are extremely sensitive to touch, and they close up at night. Various parts of the plant are used for medicinal purposes, as well as an ingredient in different foods. Incredible. Well, the mimosa leaves close instantly when they are touched or when they come into contact with wind or heat. They spread out again after a few minutes. This plant likely folds its leaves to protect against predators. The mimosa will look like it's wilting and therefore less attractive to predators. Quite the adaptation there, right? Yeah. Well, we're going to stop here for now. And as you know, too, this book is out. It is available at your local library. It came out all the way back in February. So if you have, if you, I hope that you do have a library near you that you can go and check out this book, or indeed have access to other means of getting a book. I hope that you're able to. And yeah, and also if you really want a copy and cannot find one, please reach out to me at storytimewithmrlimata.com. Reach out, send us a message, and I will get one to you. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Remember, this one came out February 20th. It is one of the books from the Chronicle Books Spring Catalog. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I'll see you on the other side of this break.
Hello, I'm Olalu Oganyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Limata. Enjoy, and God bless.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Olaolu Ogunyemi, creator of many wonderful books, and yeah, one really good friend of mine. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And Olaolu, I hope that everything is going well wherever you are right now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. It has been fantastic being here with you, spending time with you, and of course, reading about these incredible stars of the plant world. It is this book that we're reading today, brought to us by Benjamin FLOUW, and of course read with permission of the publishers TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope that you're able to find this one at your local library. Lots of information to read, lots of information to ponder, and also just lots of things to think about, and lots of vocabulary to learn as well. And I hope that as the author put it as well, I hope that this inspires you to look more into conservation. And yeah, the more we learn about these animals, about these plants, the better informed we are, and of course the better informed we are about the steps that we need to take to make sure that they are here on the planet and continue to help. As we know, like forests can, absorb carbon dioxide, which makes our environment cleaner, and so many other things. We use them for medicinal purposes, for shade, and of course even just beauty, right? The aesthetics of some of these plants, flowers that are out there. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. This one was for all of you plant lovers out there. And if you're not a plant lover yet, well, I hope that this book is taking you in that direction. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed looking at all the different plants that we had to share today. But remember, this book has so much more, and I hope that you can get it from your local library. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Wishing you all the very best as you grow your plants, as you take care of your plants, and as we plant even more. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Our book tomorrow to round up the week is Taro Gome's Big Book of Words. Cannot wait to share this one. Yes, we grow our vocabulary every time here on Storytime, but tomorrow is a special dedication to that for sure. Big Book of Words. Cannot wait to share that one. Join in tomorrow. And of course, if you missed the live, remember you can always catch Storytime at storytimewithmrlimata.com. And look forward to this one coming your way. And it was published on March 12th, so it is out and available at your local library. Thank you so much for being here. This has been Storytime for today, and yeah, Storytime on this beautiful Thursday morning. I hope that it is indeed a beautiful one for you as well. Thank you for being here. Kathy, thank you for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you joining us live from out there in Ohio, where it is cool today. Oakland, cool right now, but warming up later in the day, and then cooling down back up over the weekend, cooling down over the weekend, and then we hit a spike next week with some crazy highs for sure. So be ready for that. Look at the weather patterns in your area so you are ready. Thank you so much for being here with us today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. You are as incredible as the plants that we were reading about today. I hope to see see you again tomorrow for more story time, whether you catch us live or indeed catch us later for the recordings. And remember too, this episode will also be live at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Biggest hugs from me, much love, and I will see you again tomorrow when we're back with another exciting book and more learning, and of course being in community together. Much love. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Look and think, read me all of his stories. Read me all of his stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.